Spurs fans, we either got some trades or cuts coming, but something gonna happen sooner than later.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Well, a lot of news with the Spurs recently with Dominic Barlow getting his two-way contract, the Spurs officially signing City Sissoko to his rookie contract, and Sandro Mamukelashvili signing a contract. So with all this happening, you guys have been mentioning in the comments on my most recent video, and I'm catching it too, we have too many players on the roster. So I got the Spurs roster up here. I'm going to talk to you guys a little about it, what I think is going to happen. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the comment down below. Hit the thumbs up, like, support the channel, and subscribe for more Spurs content. And this is courtesy of Spot Rack. I'm not trying to say that, but I'll drop a little link in the comments down below for you guys if you want to take a look at the Spurs roster later on in yourself. But I'm going to go player by player and kind of who I think is going to get moved or who might be moved. Just go right down the list. If you're not aware, the Spurs have 18 players on the roster. We got to get it down to 15 before the season starts. There's the 18 right up there on the top left. Oop, that way. Anyway, let's get into it, Spurs fans. Keldon Johnson, he ain't going anywhere. Sorry to the Keldon Johnson haters. He's staying. Doug McDermott, I could see being traded. Sorry to the Dougie lovers out there. He could be an asset for a team that needs three-point shooting, some scoring off the bench. He's got a decent-sized contract, and it's an expiring contract, so he might be tough to move, but I think Doug could possibly move before the season starts. Not likely, but could be. Victor Wembanyama, not going anywhere. Next, Devontae Graham. He could be one of those players that's moved to, and I don't expect us to get a lot for any of these players I'm talking about in trades. More than likely, more second-round picks, which we don't need any more second-round picks. Yeah. He could be a player that's certainly on the trading block. And Reggie Bullock, who hasn't played a game yet with the San Antonio Spurs, also could see him being moved. So Graham and Bullock, I think, are definitely players to keep an eye on who could be moved come time. Trey Jones just signed his contract, new contract with us, could start this season. Not going anywhere. Zach Collins has been named the starter for the Spurs next season at center. Not going anywhere. Khem Birch is out. No disrespect to Khem Birch. Has not played a game with the Spurs. Has had, tons of knee injuries. I believe he's north of 30. I don't see him staying with the team. I fully expect him to get waived before the start of the season. As we move along, recently acquired, I always butcher his name, Cedi Osman. I could see him getting traded. We might be able to get a little something for him, but again, this is another player on an expiring contract, and some teams might not want to give up much for a player on said contract. That's where the second-round pick falls in. Or maybe the Spurs can convey some of these players into younger prospects that are still maybe kind of developing. Maybe we trade for somebody that's on a two-way contract. I don't know if you can per NBA, CBA guidelines. We'll talk about the two-way contract in just a moment, which is why I'm bringing it up. But I think Cedi Osman could possibly be gone before the season starts. I also think Cameron Payne, and a darn good chance that a team that was looking for a solid backup point guard might look at him and say, hey, reel on in over here. So he's definitely a player to keep an eye on that might be moved. Devin Vassell, not going anywhere. Jeremy, you don't mess with the Sohan, not going anywhere. Malachi Branham, not going anywhere. Julian Champagnie, not going anywhere. Blake Wesley, I know he's got his detractors. I've been a little critical of him as well. He certainly struggled in the summer league. He's only 20 years old. I don't see Blake going anywhere. Got to give him time. Play out this full season. Maybe next season. And if he's still making the same mistakes he did his rookie year, if we're still seeing him getting blocked in the paint all the time, maybe out of control with the ball, okay, that's a different story. But he's only played not even one full season with our Spurs, so I don't think the Spurs are going to move Blake at all. Charles Bassey just signed his contract. Hopefully his knee is okay. I don't see him getting moved. Sandro just signed his contract, not going anywhere. And then City, of course, just signed his rookie contract. He's not going anywhere. As far as our two-way players, we can have up to 3 two-way players, and we have 2. I think the Spurs saw something in City Sissoko and said, we need to lock him up now in case if they sign him to a two-way contract, the possibility maybe to losing another team. I'm not sure what's going on with that. That being said, our current two-way contracts are Dominic Barlow. I thought that was a great move. Showed a lot of promise in the summer league. Has things he needs to work on, but seeing an improvement from player from year 1 to year 2, that's what you always want to see. You want to see something happen, something change in their game, something that makes you go, hey, something is there, and we saw that with Dominic Barlow in the summer league. Serge Rice, the 24-year-old rookie, like having him on the two-way contract, showed us a lot of flashes. Well, showed us some flashes in the only 2 summer league games he played, but I think there's some potential there, a lot of potential. We have room for one more two-way. I am no way, means, shape, or form an expert with contracts in the CBA and the NBA. There's a lot of confusing things there. I wonder if we could convert one of these contracts into a two-way. I don't think so. I think it only works one way. You can convert a two-way into an actual NBA contract. I'm not sure you can go back. You know, we got a flux capacitor going back in time here. I don't think that works. And looking at the players, I don't think anybody would want to go on a two-way contract. I don't know. It's going to be tough, Spurs fans. I think some moves are going to be made. There's also the caveat that if we waive three players, so to speak, that are bringing us over the salary cap threshold, does that bring us back down? How much is dead cap? There's a lot of ins and outs and a lot of equations. That being said, looking at this thumbnail here, you can't see who's up behind me. That is Kem Birch, whose head is just barely making it over my head. I think he's a lock to go. After that, I don't know. Any one of the vets could go. They could shock us and move one of our younger players. I don't see that happening. The Spurs seem to be committed into a complete rebuild, retool, restock, reload, whatever you want to call it, with a young core. And I don't see any players 25 and under getting moved from the team. Anybody that's north of 25, except for maybe Zach Collins, because he will be the starting center this year, they could go. They might go. Who knows? Short video again today, Spurs fans. Remember, not that short, normal length video. Let me know your thoughts. Which three players, I guess, do you think are the most likely to get moved? Or maybe we'll make the simple, Spurs fans. Which two players after Kem Birch? Sorry, but I think we all universally agree he's not going to be on the roster when the season starts. Which two players other than Kem Birch do you think are not going to be San Antonio Spurs at the start of the season? Hey, it's Friday. TGIF. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a great day myself. Finally feel better, and a lot of good things happening, good things to come, good things for our Spurs, and I hope you all have a great weekend. If I do a video tomorrow, that'd be great. If I don't get to one, it's the weekend. I'll be very busy this weekend. I'll try to do a Spurs video this weekend. If not, I'll be back Monday. And that's all I got. Until next time, thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go.
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.